When we talk about modern internal investigations, intake isn't just paperwork. It's the very first intelligence capture point, the moment where the truth-seeking mission actually begins. What happens at intake shapes everything that follows. If we capture the information cleanly and accurately at this stage, the investigation has a strong foundation. If we don't, we spend the rest of the process trying to fix preventable problems. Intake plays a strategic role. It's where we perform the initial case assessment, basically a pre-screening to decide whether a formal investigation is even necessary. Sometimes the issue can be resolved informally through coaching or counseling. Other times, the allegations clearly require a full investigation. The key question we ask is simple. If the allegations are true, would they violate policy, legislation, or professional standards? If the answer is yes, we move forward. At this stage, we treat the information as intelligence rather than formal evidence. We're trying to understand the true nature and scope of the problem before we deploy resources. Intake helps us figure out what we're dealing with. One of the most important parts of intake is preserving original statements, locking down the truth while it's still fresh. A contemporaneous record, captured at the time of the event, is far more persuasive than something reconstructed months later. Ideally, we get the complaint in writing. That gives us a solid reference point to compare against future statements and identify inconsistencies or changes of heart. A contemporaneous record, captured at the time of the event, is far more persuasive than something reconstructed months later. Ideally, we get the complaint in writing. That gives us a solid reference point to compare against future statements and identify inconsistencies or changes of heart. Our note-taking discipline matters here. We record facts, not conclusions. We capture the witness's own words and observable demeanor, things like "complainant is crying," without adding subjective commentary like "the witness seems dishonest." And when possible, we obtain a signed statement. A signed statement is one of the strongest forms of evidence because it makes it very difficult for someone to recant later without a compelling explanation. We also follow forensic note integrity standards. That means using black ink, avoiding erasures or whiteout, and correcting mistakes with a single, initialed strike-through so the original text remains visible. These small details become very important if the investigation is ever challenged. Another major part of intake is preventing contamination. Contamination happens when a witness's independent recollection gets influenced by outside factors, other people, social media, or even the investigator's own questioning style. Confidentiality starts the moment the report is received. We explain that anonymity can't be guaranteed, but information will be shared strictly on a need-to-know basis. We also manage sequencing and separation. To prevent collusion or witness conformity, we interview the complainant first, then neutral witnesses, and finally the respondent. This gives us enough intelligence to challenge the respondent's account effectively, and we avoid teaching deception. If we ask too many leading questions early on, we unintentionally show the subject what we know, and they may tailor their story to fit it. Intake is about capturing the pure version, not shaping it. So, intake isn't just the start of the investigation, it's the first critical intelligence checkpoint. When we do it well, we preserve the truth, prevent contamination, and set the investigation up for success.